nothing to help him.
Man, that sucks. You think he'd be bitter about that?
I'm sure he is, in a way.
Yeah. I mean, how can you do that to your quarterback? I mean, you have probably arguably one of the best quarterbacks ever. You know, in the top, and he's in top 10s or 15s.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Oh yeah, that type
of all time. He's one of the best quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah.
But you never gave him what he needed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, holy hell. You probably if you would have given the man the right materials, or the team the right materials, you probably could have won 5 or 6 Super Bowls with that guy.
Well, I mean, like the year they went to the Super Bowl against Montana and the 49ers, like, I mean, that was a year that, I mean, he threw for like 4,000 yards. He had the 40-some odd touchdowns. It was a record-breaking year, but at the same time, they also they were riding the ass end of a very good defense. It was a defense that was aging, and it was like their last big hurrah was getting to that Super Bowl. And it was like one of those situations where it's the one in a million shot, but like the 49er defense was good enough to slow him down.
Yeah.
And like the rest of the team just wasn't good enough, unfortunately, to pick him up when he was slowed down.
Right.
And that was a theme throughout his career afterwards. It was like, if you can slow down Dan Marino, if you can hold him to 17 points, we'll figure out a way to get the rest done.
Yeah. He just had a rocket, man. And he was good.
Oh, yeah.
I love watching him pass.
Oh, I mean, one of the best throwers in the game ever.
Yeah. Similar, Montana was that kind of thrower, too.
No.
Not like that, but the long bomb. How many times have you seen Montana kick back and throw that ball like that?
But, the difference is, okay, when Montana would do that rarely, okay? I mean, he had an arm to do it, don't get me wrong, but he did it rarely, and he didn't, when he had to do it, he had to rear back to throw it. Marino could drop back, hit that back foot, and he had the arm, he just had the arm and the leg strength to, he didn't have to rear back. It was just a natural, and it's going 50 yards.
Yeah.
It wasn't something where he had to rear back like another quarterback did, because he was just that fucking strong.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now throw in Elway. I know we're talking sports, but who the fuck cares?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Elway was the same thing. I mean...
As strong as Marino?
Probably, yeah. I mean, he had ridiculous arm strength.
That's why I brought him up, because, I mean, his bullet was unbelievable.
I mean, they're a quarterback.
20-yard bullet?
Yeah. I've never ever heard anybody say, Joe Montana threw a pass so hard it hurt my hands.
Right.
Okay. I've heard people say that about Dan Marino, and I've heard people say that about Brett Favre, and I've heard them say that about John Elway.
Yeah.
Those balls came in so hard it hurt my hand when I caught it.
Nice.
Because they had that kind of arm strength.
Favre had the same arm strength?
Oh yeah.
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 As fast as Elway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you look back at older Favre stuff from the early '90s, when he was just winging it because he had nothing around him, and it was just him running around like a farm boy trying to make plays. He was throwing lasers on the run.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he talked about he had no idea. I've seen him talk about when he was a kid, his dad was his high school football coach.
Okay.
And they ran a wishbone option offense. Okay. So he never got to throw the ball, and nobody ever taught him proper form.
Okay.
And then when he goes to the Southern Miss, again, it was like he relied so much on his natural ability. Nobody taught him proper form. So now he gets to the NFL, and he's running an offense. Weirdly enough, he's trying to run a West Coast offense, and it's like where like a guy like Joe Montana could, precision passing. Well, that's the last thing Favre was precision.
Yeah.
He didn't know how to read a defense until he got to the NFL. He didn't know you were supposed to read defense until he got to the NFL.
Right,
So,
right.
like, the last thing he was like a precision passer. So, like, you would see him just like, and the reason he threw so many interceptions was he had so much faith in the strength of his arm. He just thought I could whiz it in there.
Yeah.
Like my arm is strong enough. I'm just going to get it in that hole.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, NFL cornerbacks were fast enough to make the plays for it. But, like, he was just a riverboat gambler that would just haul off and just whip it down the field.
Yeah. It's fine. Hey, we need a little sports talk. We don't have any, so.
Yeah.
You can tell we're jonesing for it.
Oh, I am. And there's not even any more cornhole.
Oh, what do you do?
I don't know. Like, cornhole league wrapped up a couple weeks ago, and I've just been like, let's stop boring the listeners and jump into a mailbag.
All right.
Mailbag. And as always, we start with our good friend, Superfan Thad. Thad writes in, hello to my two favorite hosts who like to have orgies with lobsters. Yuck. I had a lobster orgy this past weekend. Crystal's nephew came in from Maine with 25 live lobsters. And guess what? Each lobster costs less than a Happy Meal. $5 a lobster. Damn, that shit was good. I'm sure, you're buying it there, yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing with crab. If you go to Maryland and buy it, it's cheaper than having it shipped.
Right.
But I'm glad you enjoyed your lobster. I am not a fan. Are you enjoyed the lobster?
No, I don't like it.
No. Not my cup of tea. No, I get into that. I love the Phantom Man. No. Guess what I got to do this week? No, I did not stay at Tim's house and sleep on the foot of his bed naked. I did that last week. No, I did not dress up as a leprechaun and try to Skype mongoose. I'll do that next week. I was able to go to Kennywood on July 10th, as they did open for pass holders.
Nice.
Yeah. Again, the reservation process was great. I already had my confirmation from 2 weeks ago. I was a little disappointed in the temperature taking. I was hoping they took this rectally. Yuck. You had to wear a mask at all times. In the heat, it did suck, but we did suck it up so we could go to Kennywood. They did have an area at the old stage. There was a mask-free zone where you could take it off for a maximum of 10 minutes. The tables were spread out further than 6 feet. We stayed about an hour and a half. This is normal for us as season pass holders. The old mill was great. Bye Garfield. It was refreshing to see a change. Only criticism would be a little bit more Western music. I even suggested maybe music from the old days of the Hideaway.
Nice.
The steel curtain was not in operation, so I still have not ridden the ride. I had my potato patch fries and gravy. And yes, Sean, I mean real gravy this time, not my sweaty undies. Oh. Well, first off, okay, so I do find a lot of this interesting. So you did have to wear a mask the entire time, but they do have a mask-free zone where you can hang out for 10 minutes. Well, what do you think of that?
Mask-free zone.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Well, I guess it's just a spot where you can take off your mask and sit for 10 minutes. According to this, he's saying everything is like spaced out, so it wasn't like the tables were spread out more than 6 feet apart.
Yeah,
so they were practicing social distancing in this area. I guess it kind of makes sense. I mean, especially Friday was a hot fucking day.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I can certainly see this would be a day. I do not envy that you had to wear a mask during your time in Kennywood.
Right.
In areas where there's no fucking shade to be found whatsoever.
Right.
Standing on asphalt.
Right.
Oh, that had to have been awful. So I get where you would have where they set up an area where it's like, okay, you can come here, you can only stay for 10 minutes, you can take off your mask and you can relax for a minute. I get that, but I don't even I mean it just seemed like, yeah, man, I just wouldn't go.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, it's 1,000 degrees on Friday, and he's having potato patch fries with gravy.
Ugh.
That couldn't have sounded.
Sounds like a bathroom trip to me.
Oh. Now we
in the bathrooms by the kangaroo.
Yuck.
That's the best.
Oh. And now something I've never had before. I had bacon on a stick. It was a nice thick piece of pork belly that was smoked with barbecue sauce. Motherfucker, was that damn good.
I bet.
Now, he sent me a picture of it, and I will say, it did look delicious.
Yeah?
Yeah. And more than, French fries with beef gravy in the middle of a 1,000-degree day.
Right.
This bacon sounds much more appetizing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That makes more sense on a hot summer day to me than, French fries and gravy does.
Sure does.
I get the tradition. But, man, there are some days where you just got to say, maybe I'll come back another day for that. That just isn't going to sit well.
That just sounds like a wet bottom to me. Wet bottom and a black toilet seat's in your future, son.
I saw it. I wish I had saved the fucking meme. It was somebody posted. I think they were legit. It was a dude who posted a picture of he had a tampon in his underwear, and he was like, "This shit is great. It soaks up all my gooch grease."
Ew.
Oh my god, gooch grease. That fucking killed me. I laughed at that shit for a good 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Sopping up my gooch grease.
Nice.
Oh. So that's it for Thad. We also have an email from our good friend who we haven't heard from in quite some time, the Besotted Geek.
Okay.
Our good friend Stork. Stork writes in, "Hey, P&P, just writing to say that Sean should definitely watch Hamilton and Joker. That's it.